All right. If you can introduce yourself, please.
Okay, this is Albert Rodriguez. I was born in 1946, right after World War II. Uh, I've had a great life. What else do I need to
What?
do? What else do I need to do?
All right. I'm going to state my name now. My name is Michaela Barragan. I was born July 25th, 2000, and I'm here interviewing my friend Albert for this project. The first question is, what war did you serve in?
What year?
What war did you serve in?
Gee, I went in during the Vietnam War.
What was your life like before the war?
Uh, Partying all the time.
You enjoyed your life a lot, huh?
Yeah, yeah. I did a lot of traveling, did a lot of partying and stuff.
Where exactly did you go during the
I
war?
served I served in Germany.
Mm.
We were me and a friend of mine, we volunteered for for Vietnam. My brother-in-law was there in Vietnam. He got killed in Vietnam. So me and my friend, we volunteered for Vietnam, and the recruiter told us that well, he didn't tell us that until after we had signed up that Vietnam we may not go to Vietnam because of the war. I mean, it wasn't really war. So we did all that when we told him that we wanted to go to Vietnam. So anyway, we entered. We took boot camp. We take our training and all that. And when we got done with everything that we needed to do, it was about 4 months of basic, 2 months of basic training and 2 months of advanced training of what we were going to be. So I had to be a mechanic, electrician, to work in an office as clerical, a driver for generals or colonels and stuff. And there was another one, I forget which one it was, but I didn't have a license at the time, so I couldn't get the driving gig. Instead, I decided to go with a mechanic, and I went to a heavy duty auto mechanic, which was working on tanks, working on big trucks, working on cars. We did everything uh, for that.
Nice. All right. So just for the record, you enlisted in the war.
Yes,
Nice. What age did you decide to join again?
I was around 21, 22 years old.
Mm. All right. Next one is, can you tell me your experiences that involved training during the war? For instance, like what you liked, what you didn't like, if you made any friends.
Yeah, I think the friends is at the top of the list. The camaraderie between all of us. We had each other's back all the time. It didn't matter where our company anyway, our unit especially. I mean, all units were like that. But blacks, whites, Mexicans, Italians, we were all brothers. We never did any racial or any derogatory talking or anything of one another. We protected each other. We defended each other. And again, like I said, that was probably at the top of the list. My second was probably traveling. I got to go all around the world. Flew in jet airplanes several times. I I went to Amsterdam. I went to Spain. Again, I was in Germany. Got to travel all of Germany because we were mechanics. We had to take the vehicles that we finished working on into storage, and sometimes that meant traveling to other locations, other cities that we went to.
Wow, that's awesome. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Do you remember your instructors?
No, all I know is that they were really strict. I was at boot camp in Texas. Uh, I was in Texas in boot camp, and I was reading a letter one day from home. Actually, it was from my girlfriend, and I wasn't even paying attention. And a lieutenant came by me, and he says, "Soldier, halt!" So I stopped and I turned around and I saw the lieutenant, and I said, "Oh shit! You're supposed to salute an officer anytime you see him out in public." So he says, "Don't you know to salute an officer?" I go, "Yes, sir. I'm sorry." And he didn't even ask about the letter or anything. I was just so engrossed in the letter. He told me, he says, "Well, go over there to that telephone post and you salute that telephone post until I tell you to stop." So I said, "Okay." So I went over to the telephone post and I stayed there saying, "Good morning, sir. How are you, sir? Have a good day, sir." And then after about a half hour or so, the sergeant came out and told me that the lieutenant said that I could stop doing that.
Wow. Wow, that's crazy.
It's experiences that they were harmful or they teach you a lesson.
Hmm. Next question is, what service branch did you decide to pick, or were you enrolled for?
I was in the Army.
Hmm, nice. What was your highest commanding rank in the Vietnam War?
I was a E4 specialist.
Can you repeat that?
I was a specialist E4 in rank.
Hmm. What was
That's one step. That's one step below sergeant. So I had a month to go, and I made sergeant, but I was kind of anxious to get home instead. I didn't want to stay for others.
hmm. Um, did you ever go on the field to fight?
No,
No. What was
no.
your assignments or jobs in your area?
Maintenance. We were mechanics. We never had to go out in the field. All we did was fix the equipment that came in, and we would send it back out.
Hmm. What were your thoughts on being on foreign land while you were in Germany? What were your thoughts? Was it a different world, a different culture?
Yeah, both of those. It was the language, especially the language barrier. Uh, if you're going to go visit another country, you should at least know the basic language that you can speak because you could get into a lot of trouble. My first night in Germany, some of the local guys that were there, they decided they were going to go out and have a few drinks in town. So two of us new guys that had just gotten there went out with them drinking. And then the next morning, our sergeant at lineup, our sergeant told us that whenever you can't do that because you have to wait to get orientated with the culture and all that stuff before we can go out and mingle with the people of that country.
Oh, wow.
In other words, we were AWOL.
Did you
We were
experience?
absent without we were absent without leave.
Oh. Did you experience any casualties in your unit?
Uh, yeah, but they were not war related. They were, you know, trading and regular job related uh, injuries.
Hmm.
No casualties.
Hmm. What were your main thoughts during this time? What was going through your head? Feelings?
My main thoughts and feelings were I wanted to get to Vietnam. Uh, I no matter what it took. I tried twice to transfer, but the second time that we tried, our our commanding officer told us that we weren't going to go to Vietnam because, again, like I said, Vietnam was just a skirmish. It wasn't a war. It was just a war right in the front because that was during the time of the Cold War, the missile crisis, and that other stuff. And if the Russians decided to start a war with us, we would be responsible there to because we had one side of Germany, Russians had the other side of Germany. They divided Germany. The U.S. and Russia divided Germany in half after World War II, and so the Russians wanted to they were thinking about attacking the U.S., but they wouldn't because they knew of our firepower. They knew of our military. We were pretty strong. But that's why one of the reasons during World War I and during World War II, the U.S. sent troops and equipment, tanks, trucks, dozers, and all that others to Europe and to Japan, and it costs them too much time and too much money. So after World War II, they decided, hey, we'll just keep the equipment here and have the people maintain them in case we get into it with the Russians. All we have to do is ship them over and the equipment's there ready to go, which is what our main job was to do, was to make sure that the Russians didn't come into our side of Germany and to have the equipment ready for our troops to get over.
Wow. All right. What were the greatest and worst memorable experiences you had during this time?
Leaving even though I was anxious to come home, after a while being back stateside, I got to miss my friends, the brotherhood, excuse me, and that was the worst, I think. The best was, yeah, again, like hanging out with the guys and all that, going out drinking and meeting some of the local people and getting a little bit of the history. Oktoberfest in Germany is, oh wow, it is a gorgeous. I mean, I can't find words to describe it, but it was an awesome thing that they have there in Germany.
Wow.
Yeah, had a great time.
Um, since you were a mechanic, you never experienced being a prisoner during this time. You were just strictly working on machinery, right?
Correct.
All right. Were you awarded any medals for your service?
Uh, just just the Medal of Foreign Wars
How did you
by
get that
the
award?
VA. What's that?
How did you get that award?
Just for being overseas, protecting our assets, our things that we had there. You know,
Wow.
we were there as a deterrent to make sure that the Russians didn't come over.
Nice. How did you manage to stay in touch with your family?
Letter writing. Every once in a while, I would make a phone call. Back then, the phone calls were real expensive because they were the landline. We didn't have cell phones or anything like that, so you had to call international.
Yeah. Did you carry any memorabilia from your loved ones? Anything like a letter, stuffed animal for like good luck?
No,
No?
no, I never had any of that.
Hmm. Did you keep a diary to record your experiences?
No,
Hmm. Did
I,
did you wish you did?
yes,
Hmm.
yes, I wish I would have at least, it would have been a lot easier for this interview.
Were you ever homesick?
No,
No?
at first, I would, like I said, I was used to traveling,
Yeah.
but this was far total different experience. You're 10,000 miles away from home, and you can't come home every night like you used to. But and then after a while, it's just a job. After you get out of a boot camp and advanced training, after that, it's just a job, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, just like what they do now. They train you for everything. That's why I tell all my relatives, my grandchildren, my nephews and nieces, hey, go into the army. They'll teach you what you want to learn, computers and all that, and you'll get paid for doing it. So yeah, it was all just pretty good experience. I really enjoyed it.
Wow. Did it help that you had your brothers, your fellow soldiers there with you to make you feel comfortable, the brotherhood?
Yes,
Wow,
yes, all the time.
that's great.
We would joke around. We would do a lot of things together. You know, if all of us didn't go, maybe two or three of us would go.
Oh,
You know,
wow. Wow, that's awesome having that bond.
yeah.
All right, so we're going to discuss life during the war. What was the food like? Did you enjoy it? Was it kind of just,
No, it was reasonable. We had what they call mess hall. Uh, we get breakfast, lunch, and dinner. If you wanted breakfast, you get up early and you go to the mess hall and you'd have breakfast, eggs, bacon, sausage, potatoes, coffee, sweet rolls, whatever you want. They had pretty good selection.
yeah.
And then for lunch they would have cold cuts or other things, meatloaf, gravy, and dinner they would have. Excuse me, dinner they would have like chicken and stuff like that. Excuse me.
Wow. That sounds pretty good. So you
Yeah,
did,
that's why you don't starve. That's why you can save your money and everything, and you because they feed you, they give you a place to sleep, and
wow,
and all that.
nice. Was there plenty of supplies, both food and medical wise? Was there a time where you guys were running short and you were worried?
No, no,
Nice.
never, never. We had our own hospital. It was what can I say? It was like it was well, make it easy so people understand. Similar to a tent city, but we had regular buildings. They were concrete buildings, 2 stories, 2 stories high, and we had plenty of those for all the troops there. We had our own store right there in the complex,
Wow.
just like Camp Pendleton. It was like Camp Pendleton and all those other places.
Wow, that sounds cool. Did you ever feel pressured or stressed?
I never thought about it. I had so much to do, so much to think about. I never thought about being stressed, not pressured. They never pressured us to do anything. We uh, we worked on the vehicles as best we could. Sometimes because we had to get parts, we had to wait on parts. So yeah, it wasn't stressful at all. If anything, it was more slack, more uh, do it when you have time to do it
Wow,
kind of thing.
that's nice. How did
Yeah.
your friendships affect you during this time?
How did my friendship
Yeah, how did your
affect me?
friendship affect you during this time? Negatively, positively? Did they motivate?
Positively. Positively.
Nice.
Mhm.
Let's see. How did you or your fellow soldiers entertain yourselves? What entertainment did you create, or was there entertainment there for you?
Yeah, there was some there. We'd go to bars. We'd go to the uh, uh, places like the what not uh, I forget what they call it now. I just that name hasn't changed. I just forget the name. We used to go there and play cards, every day on weekends. We used to go to the grocery store. get things like shaving cream, our toiletries, and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
But we had places to go there on base also that would entertain.
Nice. Do you recall any particular humorous or unusual events?
No, other than Oktoberfest, which again, like I said, was a lot of fun. We uh, we would go there and just mingle with the German people. They were really at that time when I was there, they were real nice. We always got along with them. Uh, we met several families that we became friends with, and it was hard to leave.
Hmm. All right. How did you feel towards your fellow soldiers, peers, or even officers?
Respect, honor, gratitude. Uh, uh, Basically, it's about it.
Wow, it's very nice. Can you
Yeah.
tell us a story of you or your fellow soldiers you befriended during the war?
Ooh. All the new recruits. When new recruits would come in, we'd try to teach them the ropes to make sure that everything went well. And subconsciously, I think we did it also to maintain a certain amount of respect for our unit alone. I'm sure all the other units did it also, but we were trying not to offend or hurt anybody else's feelings.
Hmm. Yeah, so there was no like harassment, bullying. You guys always backed each other up.
Yeah, not harassment, not bullying. Maybe we play a joke, or I don't think that would come under harassment, but we maybe once in a while we play a joke on someone, but that'd be it.
Wow, that sounds really nice.
Yeah.
Were you ever concerned on never making it back home? Did you have ever had that in the back of your head?
No, never. Thought never occurred. 'Cause well, the only thing, like again, like I said, if the Russians changes their minds, then maybe we would have started thinking about it. But at that time, we had everything under control. Like I said, the Russians thought about it twice because our military was just, if not more, equal to theirs.
Wow. So you pretty much were just all in for serving. You didn't have any time to stress or worry about back home or your personal problems. You were just giving it your all. It's amazing.
Yep. Yeah, that's basically what I was into then. But I didn't have anyone to give me advice. I never had anyone to show me the ropes or anything. But if I would have, I I would have stayed in my 20 years because, like I said, it was just a job. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Uh, it was just a job that you were doing. You get up, 7 o'clock in the morning, you go to work, you get home 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. You could go down to, you go eat, it's free. All the food was free. You had to pay for the store when you went to the grocery store. Uh, but I wish I would have known. I wish someone would have told me, hey, stay in, because there was nothing, not really that to do. I was driving big rigs there in the army. We were fixing them. We were like mechanics. We were fixing the tanks. We take that. We repair tracks because some of those had those tracks that were wore out, or broken. So we would repair those. The engines and everything, they're all diesel. So I had some diesel experience, and I had some gasoline experience also because we would work on cars and pickup trucks.
Hmm. All right. What did you do after the war? Did you pursue anything? Work, school, family? Albert, I think you're on mute.